Hi everyone, I am Morgan Ravenwolf. I changed my last name. I figured it'd be better to have a name that I chose that resonates more with me versus something I was just inherited. Anywho, I have been fighting with my guides and not really respecting their guidance on making YouTube videos or writing a book or joining a band and singing. Anything that involves my voice, I'm very much guided to do. I'm very much guided to share my information, to share my experiences and my wisdom on my journey and path. And now I'm not going to fight it anymore because I was sick 2 weeks ago. A lot of throat stuff, a lot of just coughing and just really scratchy, and I just knew it was my throat chakra, and I knew that I made myself sick by suppressing my creative expression, which is talking. I'm a talker, I love to talk, I love to sing, and just words are very powerful for me. And anyway, I'm really thankful for my teacher that encouraged me to just use my voice, you know? Just, who cares what people think? You know, there's a lot of fear there. It wasn't even from this life, it was probably just DNA fear. It was fear of, oh my God, if I speak about anything spiritual, they're gonna come lock me away and put me in the dungeon and torture me again, or they're gonna put me on one of those head hanging things and chop my head off, which I totally remember happening to me, by the way. I do a lot of past life regression and meditation, and I very much remember images and things like that. So there definitely is there was a block for me, and sharing what I know and the wisdom without looking over my shoulder. I mean, I would speak, it was so bad where I would speak something about spirituality, and I'd always be like looking behind my back, like, okay, does anyone hear me? Are they gonna take me away? So anyway, I'm actually just super high on life because I'm finally owning that this is one of my gifts, is speech, voice, helping people to open up their voice and find their own creative expression, find their own passions and their joys, and to encourage to follow them. I myself am I call it spiritual counselor. I'm really into Carl Jung and shadow work and psychology. I went to school for psychology. I have, you know, numerous tools that all of us light workers have. I have Reiki level 2. So I do a lot of energy work every day, and I do a lot of what I call magic, but it's not really magic, it's just using creative visualization mixed with intention. I'm a tarot reader. I'm very just interested in everything spiritual. I've been on the path now for about 5 years. I've had a huge awakening. I think it was in 2010, right before 2011. As a kid, I was always reading, I was always drawing, I was always using my imagination. I spent most of my childhood by myself and with my really good friend, Harley. I've known her since we were 3. She's definitely like my soulmate childhood girlfriend. I mean, how many people can say they've known their best friends since they were 3? Other than her, I was pretty much a loner, and I hung out with my imagination, and I, you know, talked to people that weren't there, and I was just very much interested in life, and I had so many questions. I was the annoying kid in school who was always like, why does this work? Why? Why are we doing this? What's the purpose? Why? And the teachers would just be like, just get in the hall. Just get in the hall. I can't take you. Like, you're just too much. You have too many questions that I can't answer. And you know, the more questions I asked, the more I realized, nobody knows. Wow, nobody really knows. They have information that's been told to them for them to teach other people, but they don't even really know the truth. And I figured out that they don't have the truth I was looking for. See, I was looking for the universal truth. I was not looking for subjective truth, what your belief is. Everybody has their own different set of beliefs. Everybody has their own experience. Everybody sees the world completely different. There's not two people in this universe that see the world exactly the same. Even the most matched, paired up soulmate relationship, they see the world completely different. And so I was looking for not somebody's subjective truth, I was looking for somebody's, or not somebody's, I was looking for the universal truth of why we're here, what's the point, who am I, why are we in school, why are we learning shit that doesn't even matter, why? So, being an Aquarian, I feel like it's my job to help people ease their way into the shift in consciousness, which is the age of Aquarius. Which better person to help you on your path than a fellow person on their path and a fellow Aquarian. So anyway, I'm just so thrilled that I'm finally grew the chi-chis to do these videos. Right now, as you can see, I'm in my father's kitchen. I'm actually using my sister's laptop. I just moved from Kauai about 3 months ago. I spent about two and a half years there doing really deep inner soul healing work. I mean, work and healing on a soul level, for sure. And I have many stories, and that's the purpose behind these videos. But I'm so inspired to do these, and the universe just supports you when you follow your passions and follow what you're here to do, which for me, part of it is here to talk or express myself creatively. Anyway, I made the excuse for the last year because I've been guided to speak, I've been guided to write, like I said, I've been guided to speak and use my voice and share the knowledge that I know with the world. And I've been living in fear, to be honest. There's so many blocks that I've met. There's so many what if somebody judges me? What if I judge myself? What if they take me away in a mental institution? Whatever, and then I had the excuses of, well, okay, I'll do them, but I don't have any money. I don't have a laptop. I don't have a place to do the videos. I just can't. I just can't. So finally, my guides, they come in through my dreams, they come in through meditation. I meditate almost every day and speak to my guides, and they're just like, hello, just do it. Just freaking do it and we'll help you. And you know what else? When you're living your passions, your life is just, it's so vibrant and alive, and you just feel so amazing when you're actually doing your passion. And finally, like I said, this last time I got sick, I went, okay. I'll do it. But you have to help me, spirit guides. Bring me the right people, places, and things that I need for my highest good and that I need to do my mission, or creatively express myself, or to be happy, really. It doesn't even matter if this is my life purpose. It's just a matter of I'm guided to express myself. And when you don't express yourself, your life is just dull, and it's not the beautiful painting that you could create if you were living your passions. And so that's kind of what I do is I encourage people to, one, get out of the system completely and quit their job, because when you make a living off your passions, life is so freaking amazing. I mean, working for the man or the system, it doesn't work. The system doesn't work. It's fear-based. Our generation and other generations before me, since the beginning of time, who understand the truth, the essence of the interconnectedness of all things, understand that life is so expansive and vast and beautiful, and it has nothing to do with working a 9-to-5 job and making paper money and selling your soul for things and material crap. I mean, I lived on a beach in Hawaii for 6 months and with nothing. like a shirt and some razors because I like shaving my legs because I feel sexy. So, I mean, I lived with nothing, and I had some of the most profound, amazing, soul-level healing experiences that I will have forever. No one could ever take those experiences from me. Even when if I decide to incarnate again, I'll still have those experiences in my cellular memory, and no one can take them from me. But if I work a 9-to-5 job for 2 weeks straight and then got a paycheck and then bought a new couch with it, who gives a shit? The couch is gonna get old. The couch is not it's a byproduct of you working, but it's not really an extension of your soul. It's just a manifestation of your energy that you spent when you could have spent all those 2 weeks doing something you loved, like art or music, expressing yourself in some way, cooking, spending time with family, hanging out with your animals, going on a walk, going on a hike, doing something you've never done, like mountain biking or mountain climbing, or rock climbing or surfing or whatever, something that you've never done before. I mean, we're only here in this embodiment for not too long. I mean, the world, or Mother Earth anyway, is huge. It's enormous. There's so much to see and to do and to experience, and I just can't imagine spending your entire life in one job that you despise for paper money, for things, so you can have a house and food, and then you're so drained because your spirit isn't being fed that by the time you get home you're so tired. All you want to do is sit and watch TV and zone out because you don't want to admit to yourself that you're miserable, because everyone around you is doing the same exact thing and just sucking it up and just doing it because they have to, or because that's all they were born and known to do. They were basically conditioned and raised in a society that's like, okay, as soon as you're 13 or 14 or 15, get to work, start saving money, start getting a car. I mean, all those things are great. They're fantastic. I'm not saying don't get a job if you need money. I'm not saying just completely be a bum and be homeless and depend on other people. I'm saying there's got to be a balance. You have to do your passions. If you're going to work a 9-to-5 job and still be in the system, which I honestly am, I'm a server. I moved back to Arizona to help out my grandmother because her husband shot himself, and there's a lot of healing that needs to be done that I can assist with. So anyway, I came back here, and because it's been a while and my clientele has moved on and blah blah blah, so now I'm out networking again. To make something, I went to my old job and they rehired me, and I serve at a little dive bar, and I love it. I don't drink, I'm 100% sober, but I like to talk, and it's related to what I love to do, which is talk. So there is ways to be in the system and do your passions and wean yourself out of it, because that's my desire. Is I want to completely live and be fully supported by me doing my passions, doing what I love to do every day, which is helping people through my words, holding space for people. Counseling for me is by far one of the most rewarding things I've ever experienced. I love just being able to listen to people and being able to see exactly which path that's in front of them that's open. Because sometimes it helps. I mean, sometimes we can't see ourselves completely, and it's good to have that mirror. It's good to have someone else see your problem and see your situation and see exactly the situation you're in, and be able to be like, oh, look, did you notice this? There's this right here. Did you notice that door that was there all along that you could walk through and it would take you exactly where you need to go to be happy? And they go, oh my, no, it was hidden behind a tree and I had no clue it was there. Wow, thank you for moving that branch and clearing it so I can open the door and walk through it. And that's kind of what counseling is. It's just, you're just holding space for people to realize they're awesome. to hold space and mirror back at them their own awesomeness, and to encourage them and empower them and give them permission to love themselves, and permission to feel their feelings, and permission to let go of old traumas and old pains and move on with their life. And it's a powerful, wonderful thing, and I love it. And do I have a degree in it? No. I went to school for it, I mentioned, but did I graduate? No, because it's the system. The system, I don't understand the system. Why would I go to school for psychology and then have to take all these other core classes like, you know, math and geometry and stuff? Like, I'm very intelligent. I'm good at math, but I don't want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars for something that's I've been doing since I was 10. Everybody's come up to me and been like, oh, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to go, I don't know what to do with my life, who am I, what's the purpose? And I'm like, ooh, I have an answer, and I just, you know, I'm just me. And I give them whatever guidance comes in that I'm guided for them, you know, for their highest good. I'm never like, you should, you know, I never manipulate people. I'm always like, in that moment, and I can see a clarity of which direction and which path one should take. So anyway, just I've taken this to the next level, and I am completely for you are able to live outside the system and live your passions and create a life for yourself. It's just about trust. It's about letting go. It's about really getting in touch with who you really are and what are your passions. I mean, a lot of people don't even know what it is they even want to do. And that's really the first step, is figure out, of anything in the entire world you'd like to do, what is the one or three, you know, out of the 100,000 that I wanted to do, because I was just like, my brain was all over the place. So I had the opposite problem. I wanted to do everything, and I still do, and I still will. But I narrowed it down to like 3 things, and now my energy goes in between those 3 things. And so I like circus, acro yoga. I love being in my body, getting out of my head, because I'm an air sign and I think constantly. So it helps ground me and be in my physical body and connect with other people. I love speaking. I love expressing myself through music and singing. I love music. And then the other one is spirituality. I am obsessed with this path. I read constantly. I'm all about like diet. I'm all about health and wellness and nutrition. And I make my own natural products. I make my own hair stuff. I make my own mouthwash and toothpaste, and I even make my own eye makeup remover. I am all about holistic health, and if it's got chemical on the bottle and you can't pronounce it, why the hell would you put it on your skin? It's kind of like pouring bleach on your skin. You're like, oh, I'm gonna rub it right in because it's, you know, it was at the store and I'm really lazy and I don't want to Google how to make your own lotion. So I'm just gonna buy this lotion that that's at Walgreens up the street, and I'm gonna smear it on my body, and within 36 seconds, the chemicals are now absorbed in my skin, and now I have poisons in my body and toxins, and I feel terrible, but I don't even notice because I've been doing it for years. And so that was kind of thing. I want to educate people on, like, when you actually get rid of things and take things and cleanse yourself of all the poisons and the fluoride and the chemicals and hormones in your food and all of that stuff, you realize all of a sudden, wow, I have this clarity. I can start seeing interdimensionally. It opens up your pineal gland in your third eye, and all of a sudden you realize you're this multi-dimensional being, and there's so much more to life, and there's past lives, and there's soulmates, and there's astral traveling, and there's, this whole other world, which is, I call the new earth. That us indigos, my generation, the ones before us, Generation X, which are now in their 40s and 50s, and then the pioneers, which were born in like the 30s, and then so on. I mean, Albert Einstein was a light worker or a star seed or whatever you call us, star beings, whatever, who cares? But anyway, these beings, our soul families, have been coming in waves since the beginning of time. I mean, our past lives consist of it. I mean, being burned as a witch, all those witches were light workers. They could see, they could understand the truth, and Christians and religion and separation and all these other beings that wanted power over were so threatened by our light and our love that they killed us. And so not this time, you're not gonna get me this time. I'm fully aware that now is the time. I mean, the shift in consciousness, it's all divine timing. It's a beautiful time to step up and be who you are. And especially if you're a light worker, especially if you're awake already, just do it. Just offer whatever gifts you have, whether it's massage therapy, whether it's cooking, whether it's drawing or painting or art or whatever. Just, if you are a light worker and you're already awake, live your passions. Quit your job when you're ready. And just start living your passions and just living fully. And it's so rewarding, and I'm just so high on life right now. I'm just so amazed. I could just burst. It's so free. It's freeing. That's really what it is. It's freeing to be yourself and be your authentic self and not be afraid to shine your light and be who you are. And that's one of my strongest messages that I will say over and over and over, probably many videos to come, is my favorite. One of my favorite phrases for me is, my catchphrase is, be who you are. Be your authentic self. Not a version of who you think you should be or a projection of what people think you are. Is be your authentic, true self. The one you were born to be. And when you give yourself permission to be that authentic person, people see you more. People feel it. People feel your energy. People feel your authenticity. People will start coming up to you and being like, wow, you're just so vibrant and healthy and happy. How do you do it? How do you do it? And you're going to be like, well, I honor myself. I honor my true feelings. I give myself permission to be who I am, in whatever form that comes. And it's just amazing, and I encourage all of you to do so. Is share who you are. It's beautiful. Just, I mean, it's to the point where I know there's a lot of fear about, well, what will my family think if they know I'm psychic, or what will my family think if I want to take, classes in Reiki and energy work, and all of these fears around what will people think if I'm different, if I'm going against the grain or the status quo. Well, who cares? Because the sooner you express your true self, the more you attract people that mirror those qualities back at you. You start attracting your soul family, not your earth family, because trust me, all of us we don't really resonate fully with our earth family unless you're lucky enough to incarnate into a situation where your mom or dad is a light worker, or your sisters or your brothers are light workers, or somebody in your immediate family you can talk to about this, because they're also the weird aunt or the weird grandma or whatever, the witch doctor in your family or whatever, who's somebody who's open in your family like you. That's a gift. I don't have that. It was my mother, and she's not been around for a while. So, and I was asleep when she was around. I didn't even know who she was. I had no clue that she was this magical green witch who just had this magical green thumb, and she loved nature and animals, and she had the deep connection with Mother Earth, and she was just such a beautiful goddess. And it took me until she died to realize that. But anyway, I'm not one of those people that are lucky enough to have somebody in your immediate family who are like you, who are open like you, so they can encourage you to be who you are. See, me, I got the opposite. I got the you're weird. Are you even from the same, you're my child? That's kind of weird. And constantly being made fun of because I'm a vegan. My family members throw like, oh, look, I got meat. I got some meat. Ooh. And then, I'm like, now before it bugged me, but now it's like, and I tap into my multi-dimensional self because I'm very clear. That's fine if you eat meat. I'm not going to judge you. So don't judge me. So there wasn't a lot of support at all in my family, and it's just a miracle. It's the best gift ever to meet another soul on the path like you, who is awake and who sees life for what it is and wants to know the truth and wants to be as connected to each other as possible, and to self-love, and to just basically love, and to really get to know who their divine self is. And I have some amazing experiences about going from a space of feeling lonely and alone when I first had an awakening, to going to Kauai, Hawaii, which I never wanted to go. I never thought of it ever, and then ending up there and realizing it was like an island full of light workers, and I was like, oh my God, there's so many people in my soul family. They're everywhere. It's like an island full of light workers and healers. And all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, this path is real. You know, there's so much self-doubt of there's other people like me and blah blah blah, but they're everywhere. We're everywhere. And in fact, all of the children being born after 2012 are all Starseed kids. All of them. They're all light workers. And they're all here to support us, just like our older generation, the ones, you know, in their 50s or 40s or whatever, or even late 30s. They came before us to support us, so we're like the bridge builder, right? We are really good friends with the older generation. Like some of my best friends are 55, and then, you know, and then we're really good friends with the kids that are being born, because they see us, they know. They can see our auras. I mean, they don't have the programming and conditioning that we have, or that we had to go through, and that we're still detoxing from, which is our job, and that will be in another episode of our job as indigos, one of the many wonderful jobs we, you know, contracted to do. But yeah, we're not alone by any means. You're never alone. In fact, in this physical dimension, not only do you have a shitload of soul family members all around the world, you have so many spirit guides in other dimensions that are constantly hanging out, like they're on your shoulders, depending on, you know, if they're passed on loved ones to your left, or if they're spirit guides, which is your higher self, to your right. That's how I understand it. I do mediumship as well, and they come in different channels. So for me, the passed on loved ones and the deceased basically is the past. So they would come in through my left. I would hear them from the left, or see them in my mind's eye from the left side of me. So to me, that I gather that means the past. And then every time I hear my spirit guides, or my higher self, I have a main guide, which is my higher self, and then I have a shitload of other spirit guides, animal totems, all kinds of stuff that we all have. I hear them, and they come in through the right side of me. Anyway, so I have tons to talk about. I can go on and on and on, but I actually have to go to work. So thank you so much for listening, and hopefully next time I'll have a more you know, resonating background, because all the stuff, all the food in the background is my dad's. I don't eat any of this stuff. I'm just thankful to be here. I'm just thankful to even have this laptop, wherever it is. I don't even care. It could be in a dumpster for all I care. But I'm just letting you know, I'm working on decorating my own little tree house. There's a tree house in the backyard, and it's the elven in me who's so excited because there's a tree house in the backyard that's really old and busted up, but I'm gonna fix it and paint it and work on making a place where I can do YouTube videos all the time. So until next time, love you all. Thank you for listening. Mwah.